My name is Margaret Ann Windsor, and I want to address on here. I've got a lot of videos on. If anybody cares to go back and look at them, or on Facebook. I was kidnapped from Buckingham Palace in '41 by Joe Kennedy, ambassador from the United States. Roosevelt sent him, appointed him. He helped kidnap me. He helped take down my father, the real King Edward VIII, who was married to Claudia Ruth O'Keefe Windsor from Madison, Wisconsin, baby sister to artist Georgia O'Keeffe. So the whole thing was carried out with lies. An imposter married Wallace Simpson, and they became the Duke and Duchess of Windsor. Without elaborating, there was a movie made by Madonna, nothing about the truth. My father's identity was stolen, my mother's, by imposters, and my Uncle George helped do it, helped the Americans, Joe Kennedy, the Bilderbergers, Rothschilds, Rockefellers, who owned the media. They helped kidnap me. I was born in '39, Victoria II, heir to the British Crown. Now then, what I want to address on here is I was listening. That's when illegal treaties were signed by Elizabeth and my Uncle George, the illegal George VI, and the movie was made of him. The King's Speech made him out to be a hero. You know why? They lied. They didn't tell 1 ounce of truth about me or the takedown or the conspiracy they entered into, that allowed the American bases, military bases all over Great Britain. In essence, they held the British hostage, and me hostage here in this country. I think I said the name they gave me of the twin, Peggy and Dempsey. I married Childers. Those twins had been killed by their mother. They were born out of wedlock back then. And I grew up in what would amount to a pigsty. So all my life has been horrific. While I'm going to show you just a few pictures, and then I want to get to the point this morning about CBS. I just turned it all off. I couldn't take it because all these people knew about my kidnapping before I found out in late '83 when I was in a political campaign to replace Larry McDonald, Dr. Congressman, that I'd written in a medical malpractice book, which, by the way, I had antifreeze put in me. Nobody's ever paid for that, so I never got the book published in '77, '78. Instead, I ended up working for the district attorney in Huntsville, Fred Simpson, and then a few more jobs, and I don't know where my children are, Mark and Scott. If they're alive or dead, I keep praying and have to think they're alive. Now, so I don't lose you. I wanted to go back to show you just a couple of pictures. In the book I wrote about, and Larry McDonald's plane went down, the Dr. Congressman that I'd written about, went down in '83. I wrote about mind control, and Warren and Rosina Matthews, who were forensic psychiatrists at the hospital, Piedmont, where Larry McDonald and his family really, it's my understanding, I don't know that they owned it, but they all but ran it. So here's his plane going down in '83, and I'm a candidate, and I found out about my real name and who I am. It wasn't just the book that they put the antifreeze, and that's not all they've done, okay? It's a daily basis. They broke the law. And by the way, I had a letter from the U.S. Attorney, June the 23rd, '79, of national security involved, ongoing investigation. So all this happened. The antifreeze put in me on April the 1st of '80, because this is a joke. They can not only take this country and celebrate the 4th of July, but they kidnapped me and took my father down and have tortured me every day of my life, and I'm just one big joke over here. Now I want to go back to and just show this and tell. This is my father, Edward VIII. That's the American spy Wallace Simpson and the double used to take down my father and married Wallace. This is, I'm going to show Larry Flint because I was flown up there during the campaign, and the man who shot him in Lawrenceville, Georgia, while I was doing the book in Marietta, Georgia, March the 6th of 78, was programmed to shoot him. So mind control was used there. Now I want to go to this real quick. It's Aristotle. At his best, man is the noblest of all animals. Separated from law and justice, he is the worst. There's been no law for me, no civil rights, no nothing other than torture, and it done in plain sight. Here's a picture of the Kennedy. His father helped in my kidnapping, take down my father, and the treaties were signed illegally, placing American military bases all over British soil to make it a launching pad for the Americans to take over, global takeover, which they've done now with the help of Elizabeth. And by the way, Charles, they're illegal, but hey, both of them are part of the New World Order. She helped, her father did, and she's continued it, take down my father, me, Victoria II, and it speaks for itself. I've been living in hell over here, starving, freezing, walking the Appalachian Trail, telling the truth, and what do? They don't have to answer. They're above the law. So here, suddenly, so the United States just put their own monarch in. They can do anything they want to. They're above the law. So here's Charles, and suddenly he feels, I can't handle it. It's the double speak. I feel, this is his words, I feel more than anything else, it's my duty to worry about everybody and their lives in this country. Well, is that a sudden revelation? Because he and his mother and his grandfather sure took it down, and his son, William, named his baby George after his great-grandfather that kidnapped me. So how's that? And gave the country away to the Americans. And by the way, that's when, right after then's when Japan was bombed. And I hope they know who was really behind it, because Great Britain has been a hostage, just as I am here, of the United States. So I showed you that, and I want to show you George VI. My uncle, and I hate to say it, my uncle who took down his own brother, my father, and helped kidnap me. Here he is the only time he visited the United States with Roosevelt. The year I was born in 39, planning my kidnapping in 41. Now, I wanted to show you Caroline Kennedy. And I've put this on a lot of videos because of the part her grandfather and her father and her family was played in my kidnapping and ongoing hell. So now she's speaking out for the Dolphins. She's ambassador. And by the way, trying to think now, and I'm blanking it out, really. It's so horrible that it's all happened. The Clinton, Chelsea, they're all part of the New World Order. They have meetings, and no one that is allowed in. Well, I don't know that the press would do much anyway, but the New World Order is in place. But here she's speaking out, and I like dolphins. I'm an animal lover. I always have been. My question here is, why doesn't, if she's so knowledgeable, why does she tell the Japanese that she's ambassador, who actually was in on bombing the Japanese? And by the way, has she bothered to see how much pain and suffering that was done to the Japanese? And how about the nuclear plant and leaking all of that? Has anybody gone in and helped the Japanese there? I think the Japanese have been through hell just like I have. I've put this on before. It just infuriated me when I heard CBS, who they all know about this and won't tell it.